You better go find somewhere else to be. I'm gonna flick you. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Today's video is this guy. After 11 years, 205,000 miles, the ball blew out. And you know as well as I do that on a flex, to change the bulb, this bumper has to come off. So guess what we're doing in today's video? Okay, starting at the top here, we've got two 10mm bolts, and we got these 4 little plastic rivets, which I have a feeling they're not going to come out easily. So we're going to try a little screwdriver and see if they work. No. So they're going to come out the hard way. We're going to get the persuasion tool out, which means I'm going to have to probably get a new one of these. I don't recommend this on your vehicle. I'll just get new rivets later on. Oh, this one come out. Now why couldn't your brothers come out? Okay, with those out, now we get these bolts over here off. Oh, these weren't even that tight. Ah, damn, are you ever dirty? Oh my God, you need a detail. Shiny object. So once you're done up top, removing the 4 plastic screws and the 2 10mm bolts, then you go to the left and the right side, left side, right side, either way. You have the 3 732 bolts to remove to separate the bumper from the fender liner. You're done with that. Underneath, yours probably runs the full length. Mine has definitely seen better days. So there's gonna be one rivet here, here, and one right here. Gotta take those out because this splash shield comes with the bumper, as well as your fog light connection and your parking sensor connection if it's equipped. And if you have a fully intact splash shield, on each side in the back of it, connecting it to the fender liner, you'll have to pop out another plastic rivet. Now, my under splash shield is pretty much gone. And one last thing to get to, you're gonna have these plastic screws that you had up here. You have 2 more down here. This one's broken for me. And then there's one right here. You have to remove those 2. Once all that's done, then just pick a side and pop it off. We're on the left side. Reach your hand in between the liner and the bumper itself and gently pull it out. There's gonna be some resistance, but that's how it's gonna come out. So this side's done, and as you can see, it's gonna fall off. So if you're doing this yourself, be very careful. So I go over here, reach in, just pull it out carefully or forcefully. I think at this point my bumper's broke anyway. Oh, why don't you want to remove? Listen, I disconnected all your stuff. Well, whatever it was, I just snapped. Oh, okay. There. Then we carefully lift it away. Oh my God. Now I'd set your bumper down carefully so you don't scratch underneath of it. I, on the other hand, have an old bumper. Okay. So we're gonna lay it like this. Oh my God. Quick question for you guys in the comments. What is a good rust remover, rust encapsulator, converter? Although this crash bar is 10, 11 years old. But, damn. I think I'm sidetracked by this. Holy crap. This just goes to show that even stuff that doesn't contact the salt. Okay, sign the object. My condenser. That might be the transmission cooler, actually. Okay. Anyway, once that's off, we have a bolt here, and a bolt over here, 10 millimeter. Once those are removed, the headlight comes out. So we're gonna come over here, right here, wrong way. Well, those weren't even tight. Remove that one. We've got one right here in the front. At least this is coming apart easy. Whatever you was, you're dead, and you was huge. Wow. This thing definitely could use a bath. Okay. That screw is extra long. Don't need that. Just unscrew it by hand, and we're good to go. Oh, there's 4 bolts. I didn't see that one. So there's one more right here. And this headlight should come out. Ow. Okay. And then this, barring anything else that I should be missing. Oh, I found the horn. Wow. Uh-oh. You know what I just thought of? This headlight's out, and I have HIDs. I'm hoping it's the ball, but not the ballast, because I didn't buy the ballast. Oh, hell. Okay, so this should, well, hell, it just slides right on out. I thought it did. Really? So, once we get this far, I took that bulb out. We're going to take this weather cover off here. And this is the cable. It gets disconnected. Got ballasts right here too. I don't think you have to take the ballast off. But this is definitely a pain in the ass. Does this light come out? No, after 11 years filled with gunk, it's not moving. And it's too fragile for me to want to break it. How the hell? So there's like no way to hold this. To try to get this out. This is a royal pain in the ass. Holy hell. How the hell? There's not enough. I don't want to pull on the wires. Oh, okay. So needle nose, push straight down. Bob, clockwise? No. Counterclockwise? No. Clockwise? No. Counterclockwise? counterclockwise, pull the bulb out. And the bulb, well, it's broke. Oh, hell. Okay. So, oh, I felt that come out. I think now would be a good time as well if you're going to resurface the face of your headlights. Now would be the time to do it. Holy Lord. And I also noticed this. Let me see if I can show you guys this. Will you sit and stay? No, you're going to be a pain in my ass. I just noticed this too. Let me move you guys here. Right here is the air box. Here's an empty, well, that's the fender. So if this sits right here, you could take the air box out and actually access the back of this. I did all this damn work for nothing. So the new bulb I got is Diode Dynamics. Part number will be down in the description. We're gonna take one of these. Now I got two of these for 120 versus a Motorcraft one. One of these is $244 from Ford or $150 from Tasca. From Diode Dynamics, I think that's right, I got a pair for 120. I'm usually all about replacing with Motorcraft parts, but 120 bucks for two bulbs versus 150 for one. Well, we're gonna see what they look like. So, are we in frame? We are in frame. Are we in frame? Yeah, there. Okay. So we're gonna put this back in. Don't touch this bulb. And then we're gonna see the Muffin Man. Oh. So there's a notch right here where my thumbnail's at. There's a notch right here where the end of my index finger's at. We're going to align that the same way we put that in there, and then rotate it clockwise. And then, while we have everything here, we're going to get underneath on those pliers and reconnect that. Just like so. Can you see what I'm doing here? Barely, but yeah. Okay. I think. Now I kind of see why they want you to take the headlight out, because this really is a pain in the ass. This isn't even connected all the way. There we go. Now, before we move forward, let's see if these work. We'll put this back in so it stays kind of like that. Set that there. Oh, well, the headlight works, thankfully. I know it works. All of this to replace one headlight. So I'm going to go ahead and get the passenger side done before we run out of daylight, and I will check back in when I'm done. Oh my God, is it gonna rain? I have some serious corrosion going on right here. I need to detail my engine bay. Oh, and the paint's peeling on my bumper. Not that matters, there's road rash right here. I'm sorry, folks. Shiny object. We're done. We're here. Everything's back together. New headlights installed, and they work. And everything went back into place, and I had no leftover screws. Perfect. We're gonna go over a few key areas of interest. One is this is only for Gen 1 Ford Flex, not a Gen 2. Gen 2, you have different headlights, a different grille, and a different bumper cover. And the way these come apart, or the way the grille comes apart, is going to be slightly different than the way the Gen 1 grille comes apart. Just in case you're wondering, if you want to convert a Gen 1 to a Gen 2, you need 2 new headlights new core support for the radiator, new grill, and a new bumper cover, and it can be done. I believe the wiring's plug and play too, but don't quote me. Let me know in the comments if you guys have done that. Down in the description will be the part numbers for the headlights that I used, as well as the Motorcraft part number, and the part number for those plastic rivets should you broke them like I did. Also, don't forget to plug in your fog lights or your parking sensor. Although I've had my Flex for 10 years and I have never once used the auto park, parallel park system that it has, I've never used it. Who's bothered me? Another kind of an idea possibly is if you don't want to take the bumper cover off, you could be tricky Ricky and take the air intake out and go in right here, and you may have enough room to remove the weather cover and get your hand and a pair of needle-nose pliers in there. Visibility might not be that good, but you theoretically could do it. And over here on the passenger side, the weather, you can see the weather cover right where my index finger is, right here. I can actually feel it with the end of my finger. You might be able to go in this way and take that cover off and replace the bulb that way without having to disassemble the whole front end. And with that, if you guys liked it, well, hit that button. But if you didn't, you know what to do. And let me know in the comments, what route did you guys take? With that, I will see you guys in the next video because it's about to rain on me and I don't really want to get wet. I'll see you all in the next one.